Spyro the Dragon is a platformer developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 1. The story follows a young purple dragon named Spyro and his dragonfly friend named Sparks, who must journey across the Dragon Kingdom to defeat Nasty Nork, who has overtaken the 5 dragon homeworlds by trapping them inside crystals and turning their horrid gems into an army of minions. Spyro must travel to these different worlds to collect the gems and save every dragon, as well as collect all the dragon eggs. Right off the bat, Spyro is a very nostalgic game. I remember playing this game as a kid at my friend's house, and I never really beat it because it was my friend's copy, but going through this game for the first time really gave me some nice nostalgia. This game is an open platform, and what you're going to be doing is finding treasures, beating bad guys, and saving dragons. What I appreciate a lot is that this game really rewards you when you explore the levels. It's satisfying going from world to world, collecting all the diamonds, and it's really cool seeing the gem numbers go up when you get done with a level. And saving all the dragons is really fun. Beating up the enemies is fun. Overall, this is just a really fun game. Control-wise, this game is very solid. Spyro moves very fluently. His attacks are easy to use. Just press circle to do the flame attack and press square to do a charge attack. Sometimes enemies require one or the other to kill them. Sometimes they'll wear some silver and you'll have to either hit them with your ram attack, or you have to burn them because they can't really be charged at. So you gotta know which one is easier to take down with the flame or the charge, and it's pretty fun. Gliding in this game is cool too. I think Spyro controls well in the air, and each world has its own flying missions, and I felt that the flying controls were really well done. My only complaint with the controls is that you have to use the shoulder buttons to move the camera. And while that is kind of annoying, you do get the hang of it, and towards the end it came second nature, so it's not that big of a complaint, but it is something that did kind of bother me early on. Graphically, for the time, this was really good, but I would even say that nowadays the graphics still hold up. They have their own charm to them that I really like, and of course the Reignited trilogy looks way better, but I'm still very impressed with the graphics for the original PS1 game. The visuals are very colorful, the backgrounds look really nice, the character models, while a little janky and a little blocky, they still look really good, and they all have a nice charm to it. Sound-wise, this was good and at the same time. The voice acting, in my opinion, is terrible, but I think that's a plus because I really like bad voice acting. Sometimes it's funny when you save a dragon and they're like, "Oh, Spyro, thanks for saving me." Or they just say something that's just completely off the wall that don't make sense. Sometimes they help you, sometimes they don't. But saving the dragons is usually a real good treat. And the voice of Spyro is pretty good. The music was just okay. I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but in my opinion, the music was never really stand out for this game, and most of the time I would just have my headphones in, listening to a podcast or a YouTube video. It's not terrible music, and there are some songs that I do enjoy, but it's just not for me. Overall though, Spyro the Dragon is a blast to play. I had a great time going through it. I have not played much of the Reignited trilogy, but if you're curious about playing the original, I highly recommend it. And make sure you get them 100% because there's some really cool stuff that happens after you get the 100%. And the very, very last level is really fun. Probably my favorite last level in a 3D platformer. It's definitely worth it. Big thanks to Retro Hank, Nasty Canasty, Nightcaps of Nostalgia, Ash the Man, Miasma Senpai, and Warpay for supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome.